Welcome to KRL.
He's going on the outside, down the inside. Rob Dog on Wilco. Oh, don't touch, fellas. Side by side, nothing in it. Hackett and Thorpe. Thorpe and Hackett. But V8 man is very, very close. Is he going to have a go down into the hairpin? Oh, Wilco stays out wide. Leaves the door open for Dane, and Dane goes down the inside and takes the lead, but now Wilco's going to have a crack back from here. On the outside, can he get it done? Jimbo breaks a little bit early. They almost touch, but Jimbo comes out the final corner onto the start-finish straight, and I reckon he's going to hold on. Wilco, yes! Righty in 11th, Mr. Wright, looking to go down the inside of Nobby Doldrums, and he's going to get that job done. And I reckon Barters, is he going to win out? Can he hang it around the outside? They touch, but Mighty Murph gets through. Nights a week, Wednesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the Kid Buyers YouTube channel.
It's time to go racing for KRL. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. Well, exciting times here at KRL. It's a big hello to everybody out there. Round 9 of this championship, and it could be a championship deciding night here at KRL. We've seen the championship already decided for Tier 2, and tonight it could be decided here in Tier 1 as well. As I welcome the man who could get that championship, in fact, my co-commentator, Jason Wilkinson, and championship elect. I don't want to say too much, Wilco, but good evening to you.
Hello, yes. Good to be here. Don't jinx it like we did last week, Trev. We don't want any things going on, but yes. So I'll let you go through the what needs to be done and how I can secure the championship tonight, and how Mighty Murph can make it go to next week.
Let's have a look as Anthony Riley says, the big bad Wilco. Good to have you along, Anthony. Great stuff. And let's have a look at the points, because as we take a look at Binger there, the car's getting out on track nice and early. And look at these championship points, and we will go through the possible scenarios as tonight progresses. But there we have it, Jason Wilkinson on 128 points ahead of Mighty Murph. 18 behind him. Cart Dude right up there as well on 95. It is not over yet. Still 50 points up for grabs. So everybody righty out of the equation for the championship. But look how close it is with Jacko Ayrton Senna and Barters as well. Binger, 32 points, 25 HSV. Big Dick Johnson on 22. And then it's OGT, the OGT army. Very small tonight, Wilco, but hopefully that'll build throughout the course of the evening. And Kilroy, Matterford, Harvey Norman, Nobby Nuts, Rob Dog, who's not with us tonight, Jimbo Jones, V8 Man, Voodoo Child, and Rose Racing. So they are the points as we head. We might quickly go to our drivers of the week. There we have it for last week at Kyalami in South Africa. It was Binger taking driver of the week for Tier 1, followed by Voodoo and Caleb in that very emotionally charged round we had last week, of course, raising awareness for cancer, and Voodoo and Caleb getting the job done there. As we head back to qualifying now, Binger still, everybody, most of the drivers out on track. The only two still in the pit lane are Big Dick Johnson and Jimbo Jones. And cloudy for qualifying, no chance of rain, I've been reliably informed.
For quali, we don't know about the race yet.
We don't know about the race, as Bingerling does a bit of Tokyo drifting there through the S's. He's back into the pit lane. Let's have a look and see who is out on the track at the moment. A lot of these guys, of course, race in both Tier 2 and Tier 1. And it's going to be interesting. Longer, of course, these qualifying sessions and races from Tier 2 to Tier 1. So you've got to concentrate just that little bit more. As you can see now, the crowd fairly sparse in the background there. Or still could be COVID restrictions over there in Japan. But this circuit, nice slide, Binger. Nice, says Sparky. Hello to you, Sparky, Voodoo, everybody on the comments. Anthony as well. Great to have you with us. And 15 drivers in the field tonight, as I have been sent the possible outcomes, Wilco, here tonight. And there's so many outcomes. Can't Dude even in with a shot if something, some misfortune or some bad luck should come to you and Mighty Murph. Can't Dude could be ready to pounce. But basically, Wilco, if you win, Mighty Murph finishes second. That gap will be 25 points and it will go to the final round. Or if you finish second and Murph finishes fourth, that gap will be 24 points. If Wilco gets that final podium spot, that means that Mighty Murph will have to finish sixth. If Wilco finishes fourth, Murph will have to finish seventh. If Wilco comes fifth, Murph will have to finish eighth. And if Wilco comes sixth, Murph will have to finish at least 10th. You get the idea. So they are the possible outcomes there. And I'm just looking at these pole position times as well. 4 laps, race laps in a row, 2:01s we're looking at. Possibly pole could be a 2 minute for qualifying. 2 minutes flat as Ayrton Senna goes, sets the fastest time early there. Jacko not far behind him, our champion for Tier 2, of course, who joined us in the commentary box. And what a magnificent job he did there last night. And absolutely incredible stuff. As Sparky says, what was that, Trev? Not too sure what he means there, but Ayrton Senna in that beautiful Brazilian livery there, setting that time of a 2:01.587. And already Majacco, Pierce Jackson 3/10 behind him, along with HSV, who's run fairly wide there coming up the hill there, heading towards the Degner curves. As this circuit, an absolute ripper, this one, the Suzuka International Circuit in the Mie Prefecture in Japan. And if you believe that, you'll believe anything. But this has been a track which has seen championships be decided. And Wilco, you do not have to say anything at all, because I want you to concentrate and get your head down, as HSV's had a big moment coming up towards the Spoon curves, and he is off the circuit, and yellow flags are out. And the possible outcomes for the championship, Sparky, I'll just quickly run through them again. I won't go through the lot, but if Wilco wins, Mighty Murph has to finish second to keep the championship alive. If Wilco finishes second, he has to finish fourth, and etc, etc. We'll keep you updated on those outcomes throughout the night, Sparky, as we might get to some of these other drivers in the field. Let's take a look at the drivers lower down the order, and you can see OGT and the championship challenger Mighty Murph coming out. He's got some traffic ahead of him, but we have 13 gorgeous people watching this stream at the moment. Thank you, Sparky, and Big Anthony Riley. Great to have you with us as well. But Mighty Murph in a bit of traffic here at the moment. You can see OGT ahead of him. And let's get some support there for the OGT army, as Jason Wilkinson has set the challenge already. Well, he's just in the 2 minutes flat area there with a 2 minutes .969. And Wilco, you don't have to say anything if you're on another hot run, but my goodness me, that's a beautiful looking livery there. The purple, of course, representing Cancer still, flashing the lights there, the number 19 after the great Jason Dunstall, of course. Fantastic stuff. Wilco currently 18 points clear in the championship. And like we said, we've seen some championship deciders here at Suzuka. And that is a great time. Sparky just saying beautiful time there, Wilco. And Ayrton Senna, as we take a look at the times there. You can see Senna with a 2:01 flat. So only 0.66 thousandths of a second off of that time. Not too sure what I was saying there, as Caleb's joined us. Big hello to you, Caleb, over there in South Australia. And he says it's going to be a ripping race tonight. And boy, it's great to have your company. I've had a couple of Red Bulls before jumping on here tonight, so I'm up and about. And so should you be at home. With 11 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in this qualifying session, let's take a look at who is on a hot lap. Let's have a look. Kilroy he was in the white liveried Bentley last night. Now he's in the all black livery Kilroy 562. He's currently 2.6 seconds off of pole position. Then it's Voodoo Child, who did qualify second last night, of course, for all those OGs out there watching Tier 2 last night, but he did not go to the track, I don't believe, and then he had some issues with his French pit crew and the tyres. He's back in the gold and black Ferrari, the number 1, the Nigerian Prince. Don't forget, if you've got a spare moment, 123 Voodoo Nigerian Prince at hotmail.com. Send him your details. And this man also streaming most nights, and he's hit the 100, I was about to say 100K, but he's a fair way off of that, only 99,900. As he has hit 100 subscribers, and it is a fantastic, ripping little channel. As we head back to the start-finish straight, and OGT 2 seconds behind Wilco. We're going to have a look at Wilco, who's coming back out onto the circuit. Wilco, it looks like you might have some traffic ahead of you there before your next hot lap.
Yeah, so we'll just do a nice warm-up lap here, get a little brakes and tyres up to temp, but track feels pretty good. Car dude, yeah, looking good. Where's Mighty Murph at the moment? Because he might be starting a lap in a second, because he come out the pits as I was on that lap then, but yeah, track conditions feel good. Looking pretty cloudy, so we might see some rain for the race, which I guess that'll spice up. Trev, I actually wouldn't mind the rain here, but yeah, we'll see how we go.
Let's see how we go. You get back to it, warm those tyres, those brakes, do what you need to do. Because Mighty Murph, the pressure is on Mighty Murph here as he goes past. There was a yellow flag there for something. There's a yellow flag out with now less than 10 minutes remaining in this session. And I'm not going to say that the pressure is on Murph, but he needs to be right up at the sharp end of this field as he goes off the track. Heading up towards the hill there. He's gone off the track and he might be, he's gone straight back into the pit lane. So your main championship rival is back in the pits, but Kart Dude is right up there as well in the number 5 Mercedes. And Wilco, you heard him saying there that he wouldn't mind a bit of rain as we see Kart Dude coming out onto the circuit.
Kart Dude's on the PS5 too at the moment, so...
Is he? Well,
yep.
Well, we don't want him to do well, do we? A little bit of jealousy coming from my end here. I jumped on to eBay and I was promised, I thought I could get, my dodgy mate could get a Russian PS4 sent over, but anyway, we probably won't talk about that on the live stream. But I tell you what, Kart Dude on his PS5 at the moment looking very nice indeed, up there in 3rd place, Wilco. So it is Porsche, Audi, Mercedes, then Porsche again for your top 5, as Big Dick Johnson pops up there and slips himself into P4, 0.4 of a second off of your pole position time, but Wilco has set that mark nice and early, as we might take a look at you now, Wilco, coming across the line to start your hot lap. So Murph, one of only 3 drivers along with Nobby Nuts and Jimbo, yet to set a time. 8 minutes remaining in this session. The championship contender, as Wilco just warming those tyres up, needing an extra lap before he gets underway. And just taking it easy there. He's all out on his own. He might have some traffic.
Big moment at turn 1 there.
Big moment at turn 1.
Tried to send it through turn 1 and had a little bit of a drift, and thought, okay, let's do another warm-up lap.
Now, who could forget? You know I like to give you a history lesson for everybody watching at home. But remember 1994 Japanese Grand Prix, Schumacher at Hill. It was wet that day, and Schumacher managed to win that race. In fact, Damon Hill won that race, didn't he? Schumacher finished second, I think, on aggregate, and that took the championship finale down to Adelaide. And we all know what happened there. Schumacher, I think he, well, I'm a bit of a Schumacher fan, so I don't want to say he had Damon Hill off, but absolute scenes there were back then. And that was a year before you were born, Wilco, so you won't remember that. But still, you don't need to worry about that. But that was another wet race, of course. 89, Senna and Prost. 99, Eddie Irvine and Mika Hakkinen. And 2000 as well. Plenty of championship finales in Japan. But Wilco does not need to worry about that now, as we might check what some of the other drivers are doing. Don't forget to keep your comments coming in as we look at Ayrton Senna, and the Senna name synonymous with Suzuka in Japan. Of course, 91, and 88 after stalling, I think, almost off the start line. He managed to win the championship, and 1988, lost it in 89, and then won in 90 and 91. Unless I've lost the history books there. But Senna in second. Can he find 0.067 thousandths of a second as he goes full beans through 130R? Absolute nothing but commitment there from Ayrton Senna. And Senna-esque is looking very nice indeed. Gets a good exit out of the final corner onto the start-finish straight now. And he just needs to find a little bit more time here. What can he squeeze out of that number 12 Audi? He comes across the line and he is just in pole position. Unbelievable with a 2 minutes .966. He displaces Wilco by 3 thousandths of a second. Unbelievable stuff. Ayrton Senna, Senna sempre. The whole of Sao Paulo, Brazil is going off at the moment because Ayrton Senna, perfect timing. We went to him on his hot lap and Sparky says, great lap by Senna. And I've got to say, that just gets me going. The juice is flowing when you see that livery, that name, getting pole position here in Japan. Unbelievable stuff. And now what can Wilco do? Wilco, if you are on a hot lap, just say yes or no.
Yes.
Yes, he is on a hot lap. So coming up to the 130R, Wilco now is the closest challenger to Ayrton Senna for pole position, as Dinky Die says nice. And Wilco coming through the 130R now and out of it again. Into the 130R, out onto the back straight. Might have been a bit twitchy there, but Wilco looking very nice indeed. And here we go then, approaching one of the fastest, most challenging corners in Formula One or any motor racing for that matter. The 130R, full commitment through there, and he's leaving nothing on the table here in his pursuit of pole position coming through the final chicane, the famous corner with Senna and Prost many years ago. As Wilco comes onto the start-finish straight now, he needs to find 4 thousandths of a second as he comes across the line. Can he get pole position with 4 minutes remaining? Yes! He's done it. Wilco gets provisional pole position, and he sets a 2 minutes .699, and that is 0.2 of a second quicker than Senna. And what a great lap from Wilco, and he's looking like he's on it once again. But Wilco, absolutely magnificent stuff there. And we've got less than 4 minutes remaining now. Incredible lap there, says Sparky. And 15 people watching the stream. This could be a championship decider. And I hope that every one of you watching has subscribed to the Kid Buyers YouTube channel as we try and get to 1,200, I think. Some beautiful subscribers out there as Wilco now. We can see Jimbo. We might see what Kart Dude's doing. Kart Dude on his PS5. Yes, I'm very jealous as he comes towards the 130R. He's currently into the 201s, and only 2 drivers at the moment anyway into the 2 minute mark, the famous 2 minute lap around here. As Kart Dude now coming up to the final chicane, into it, right, left, and only one Mercedes in this field. So can Kart Dude, the Taswegian, come out? As we're not sure what happened to Murph Luke. We'll get to that in a moment. But Kart Dude coming across the line. What time can he set? He comes across, and it is he hasn't improved, but we're going to see. Hello to you, Luke. Luke _RR. And look at this, Mighty Murph, the only driver in the field, Lucas, to not set a time. What is happening to our man? And Wilco as Dinky Die, and now Mighty Murph's backing off. Mighty Murph's backing off, so I reckon he's going to have one more crack at this. Let us know what you think at home. But with 2 minutes and 22 seconds remaining, Wilco, Murph's only going to have one more shot at a hot lap here, and he's currently plumb last at the moment in 15th place. Hello to you, Luke. Great to have you with us for the championship decider, possibly. And Dinky Die says Wilco is an alien, or either has been molested by an alien, as he comes across the line. Mighty Murph, this is his last lap, and PS5 $750 question mark, Sparky. I think that's the going rate if you can find one. It's not so much the price, it's whether you can find one or not, digital or the disc version. But look at this Mighty Murph. We're going to stay on board with Mighty Murph. Boy, I'm sweating like a dog in a Chinese restaurant here. It's that bloody hot. But anyway, it's hotter out there on the track because Mighty Murph now, you can see in the top right-hand corner of your screen, 90 seconds remaining, if you don't mind. And the pressure is going to be on this Kiwi now from Auckland to get somewhere near the sharp end of the field if he's going to have any chance of challenging our man Wilco for this Tier 1 KRL Championship tonight. And we can see their yellow flags out. I'm not sure where that is, but somebody's off. And here we go. You can see Senna in the background. Voodoo.
Cartoon's first car across the line.
And Cartoon first car across the line, I reckon, Wilco.
2 tenths up and ran wide at 130R, so I got the lap invalid.
So you are done.
Pretty annoyed if I lose by 2 tenths. Here comes Brody.
Here comes.
Oh, it's getting close. Next car is Jono.
Jono, we might go through this then. We'll stick with Merv. I think we'll check Jono. What's Jono doing? Here he comes. And quickest I've been here to date, says Voodoo. Still had more time in it, but kept drifting. Hashtag just fully send it. Thank you for that, Max Verstappen, as Big Dick Johnson comes across the line. Currently 7 tenths off pole position. Can he improve? Yes, he does. 4 tenths, but still in 4th place. Wilco, who is coming around?
Jimbo's crossing the line now.
And Big Jim Bob Bradshaw comes across.
And now we got Jacko.
Jacko up to 7th goes Jimbo. Where's Jimbo and Jacko? Across, Jacko goes 5th, Jimbo in 6th.
And here comes Mighty Murph now, so here we go.
His
lap is valid, so what's it going to be?
It's a valid lap, we know that much, but this is his final shot at it. Mighty Murph comes across the line, and he is only good enough for 6th.
That is a good lap under pressure there. You have to get that lap in, so...
And it's good enough for 6th position on the grid, so a 3rd row start for Mighty Murph, and I reckon I was sweaty. I reckon he'll be even sweatier, our little Kiwi friend, after that. But, well, the pressure was on him, Wilco, and you've got pole position, so you're doing everything you need to, my friend. But Mighty Murph still up there in 6th place. And where will that put him? Will that put him on the clean side, the inside line, I think, for the grid?
It's formation lap, so single file, remember?
Oh, single file, that's all right. As there we have it, the final results from qualifying here. The championship night here. Don't forget to subscribe, tune in. We'd love to have your company, but it's Wilco on pole position. He's taken the first step towards championship glory here tonight, but not far behind him is Ayrton Senna. I love saying it like that. And then it's Cartoon in 3rd on his PS5. Didn't give him that extra 3 tenths though, did it? There in 3rd as Big Dick Johnson in 4th, Jacko in 5th, our Tier 2 champion-elect, Mighty Murph in 6th, Manafort in 7th, HSV in 8th, Jimbo Jones in 9th, Voodoo Child 10th, My Bingaling, and then V8 Man.
That is a dry... It's a cooler track, but it's just wait for it to upgrade. Yep, so it looks like the first 15 minutes is dry. So we don't know what's going to happen in the next 30 minutes after that, but it looks pretty cloudy, so
it could be.
Might throw to the intro and we'll be good to go.
We are going to throw to the intro now, folks, and come back in for this one. It's championship night here at KRL. We'll be back in just a few moments. Welcome to KRL. He's going on the outside, down the inside. Rob Dog on Wilco. Oh, don't touch, fellas. Side by side, nothing in it. Hackett and Thorpe. Thorpe and Hackett. But V8 Man is very, very close. Is he going to have a go down into the hairpin? Oh, Wilco stays out wide. Leaves the door open for Dane, and Dane goes down the inside and takes the lead. But now Wilco's going to have a crack back from around the outside. Can he get it done? Jimbo breaks a little bit early. They almost touch. But Jimbo comes out the final corner onto the start-finish straight, and I reckon he's going to hold on. Wilco, yes! Righty in 11th, Mr. Wright, looking to go down the inside of Nobby Doldrums, and he's going to get that job done. And I reckon Barters, is he going to win out? Can he hang it around the outside? They touch.
They touch, but Mighty Murph gets through nights a week, Wednesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the Kid Buyers YouTube channel.
It's time to go racing for KRL.
In the game, and
Keep it on the black stuff. And I tell you what, he needs to get back on the grass in a minute and a half. He just needs to stay off it long enough to, oh, look at that. He is absolutely giving it everything, but don't forget about Jimbo Jones, who's, boy, I tell you what, is he going to fully send it or not?
Oh, this is going to be good.
This
Aussie
is...
Thunder and OGT as well, we're close together. So there's 3 battles going on here, Trev.
We got three battles. Where do you look?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You can see we are on the formation lap here. You can see the drivers on your screen at the moment. 45-minute race here, of course. And here for Tier 1. And it is that man, Jason Wilkinson, the number 19 Porsche, who is leading them around. He usually leads them around in the safety car, of course, for Tier 2. And he is now, this is when it gets real. This is the pressure. This separates the good drivers from the great drivers, the champions from the also-rans. And we heard the weather report before we went away on our little break, which said that no rain for the first 15 minutes of this race. And then there could be, who knows what will happen after that, but we've got a dry start to this one here at Suzuka. Now we're going to go through, we're going to show you the points. We might as well show the points again while we're on this formation lap. And you can see Wilco there on 128 points, Mighty Murph 18 behind him. And as the race pans out tonight with Wilco starting on pole, Murph starting in 6th after that pressure lap at the end of qualifying, we will go through the possible outcomes that could see the championship either be decided tonight or, of course, go to the season finale at Bathurst next week. But Wilco won't want that to happen, and Murph won't want to end it here tonight, of course. He'll want to keep it going next week. But Car Dude not out of it as well. Righty there. The rest of the points on your screen. And boy, let's go back to the action now. You can see approaching the 130R. So basically, if Wilco wins, Murph has to finish 2nd. If Wilco's 2nd, Murph has to finish 4th. If he's 3rd, he has to finish 6th. If he's 4th, he has to finish 7th, and so on. But we will keep you updated with all the possible scenarios, all the possible mathematical outcomes. But at the moment, forget about that, because we are about to go racing here at Suzuka. Out of the final corner, Wilco gets the jump, and we are away. And it's Wilco leading Ayrton Senna under all sorts of pressure early. And it is go, go, go here. Race control is going. Kart Dude is making a move on Senna already around the outside of turn 1. And yes, he gets the move done. So great start from Kart Dude. It is Wilco, Kart Dude. Go, 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 Luke. Luke says, go, go, go. And thank you for that, Murray. But it is Jason Wilkinson, our championship leader, leading this race. Kart Dude up to 2nd. And there we can see Senna back to 3rd. And now he's under pressure from Big Dick Johnson. Big Dick Johnson holding station there in 4th. Jacko in 5th. Mighty Murph is 6th now, and he's got a bit of traffic in front of him. He's going to have to clear that fairly quickly. But as we know, he does have the race pace, of course. Matterford is behind him. HSV, as we come through the second of the two Degner curves, Voodoo is off. I think Voodoo was off the track there. Yep, Voodoo has had a moment, and he's down with 10th along with V8 Man, My Bingerling, and OGT as well. Not sure what happened to OGT, but they've all got away cleanly. Lap 1 of this race. Keep your comments coming in. 16 people watching now. This could be the championship finale if Wilco wants anything to do with it, but my goodness me, it's looking very, Cart Dude is looking very, pacey. What am I trying to say? Where am I going with this? Cart Dude looks awfully quick, and Wilco is being kept honest by the Taswegian. Who knows, it could be the PS5 making him fast, but he looks bloody terrific in a straight line. The speed, look at the speed of that Mercedes, and Wilco is having none of it then through 130R for the first time. Jason Wilkinson, Cart Dude, Senna, down into third after losing that place off the start line. Bad start from him. But on lap 1, it is Wilco, still under pressure from Cart Dude right up behind him. The gap is 0.2 of a second, but it looks mighty close. It's much closer than that now. Is Cart Dude going to get this move done and into the lead? I reckon he's going to get it done. Cart Dude side by side with Wilco, heading into turn 1, and there's nothing Wilco can do. And the man, the number 19 from Carrum Downs, goes into second, and Cart Dude, the man from Tasmania, takes the lead. Incredible stuff. 2 laps in, he's gone from third to second and now to first in this race. And we're only 2 laps in, 5 minutes gone in this one, 40 minutes remaining in this, what could be, I keep saying it could be the championship finale, but let's take a look at Mighty Murph. Then he's still behind Jacko, then heading up the hill. Unbelievable stuff there. He's on the inside of Jacko. Can he get through and get this move done? Yes, he can. And they're good friends off the circuit there. But no love lost on the track. So Mighty Murph up to 5th at the moment. And don't forget, we've seen those championship points. Cart Dude 33 points behind. And he could still be in with a shot of this championship, but if so, he needs to win this race tonight, and Wilco and Mighty Murph have to finish outside of those points paying positions. As 17 people are watching now, please let us know where you're watching this from, and let us know in the comments what you think of this championship decider. God, I'm sweating like a pig here, but it's unbelievable how the action is going. Righty, big hello to Mr. Wright. What a race so far. Do not go anywhere, Righty. Put the kid to bed and watch this one. And Tay-Tay is in bed at the moment. She knows this is important. And she will be watching, of course, on her iPad. But Cart Dude first. Wilco in second now. He slots into second. Cart Dude has all the pace at the moment in this race. Still a long way to go. And Sparky says too much Red Bull, Trev. And yeah, I had a couple of those earlier in the night, mowed the lawn, and then managed to get onto this stream. But Senna now is under pressure from Big Dick Johnson. And you can see coming down the main straight now, Big Dick Johnson into lap 3 is right up behind Senna. And you can see Big Dick Johnson, and then it's Mighty Murph now who's dropping further back. So this is interesting. If it finished now, Jason Wilkinson would be the Tier 1 champion for KRL. But there's a long way to go as Cart Dude now leads by 0.7 of a second. As we will head further back down the order in just a few moments' time. As I'm that excited here. I've spilt the water everywhere again. It's happened again, Wilco. Jesus, what's going on here? As Big Sheppington says Wilco's been talking himself up all day, if you don't mind. And Wilco, you do not need to respond to that at the moment. That's the last thing you need as that battle for the lead. We're going to get back to the front in just a few moments because Wilco is right up now behind Cart Dude. We're going to go through the order, but we're going to stick with this battle at the sharp end of the field, if you don't mind. It is Cart Dude, Wilco, and now Cart Dude's looking to have a go. Side by side heading into the spoon curve, and Cart Dude's on the outside, or on the inside I should say. Wilco's on the inside, and is he going to take the long way around? Wilco is sending it around the outside now, coming out of the spoon, and they're side by side, and that's going to keep the other boys interested. Senna and Big Dick Johnson, the pressure is intense. Cart Dude, oh, Wilco had his nose in front, but Cart Dude sneaks back in front and maintains the lead of this race. Look how close it is. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth all together. Sixth, tours, if you don't mind, Manafort, don't forget about him. But into the final chicane, it is Cart Dude. It is so close. Mandatory pit stops as well, if you don't mind, as Big Shep, tuning in all the way from Scoresby in Victoria, says, concentrate, Wilco, son, concentrate. And let's hope that Nibbles can keep his head, because if it stays the way it is at the moment, he will win this championship. But if you're just joining us, Big Shep, rain could be coming later in this race. So we could see one of many possible outcomes here. As look how close it is. The top 5 separated by just 0.6 of a second. And thank you for that win, it says Wilco. The message is flooding in at the moment for you, Wilco, but you don't need to hear that at the moment because he's right up behind Cart Dude. Incredible stuff here through the Degner curves. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Jacko dropping off from this lead battle at the back. But Caleb says, pray to the Lord, I hope it doesn't rain. And, well, I don't know about that, Caleb. I wouldn't mind seeing some rain to spice things up. Wilco's pretty good in the wet. And nothing wrong with being moist, says Big Shep. Oh, Big Shep with the champagne comedy nice and early. But please keep those comments coming in. We would love to hear from you. But at the moment, look at this first. Zoom, 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 zoom. And who could forget that Formula One sound effects guy last year at Austin as Barters. Big Bart Regis says, I love the wet. Thank you, Barters81. But you can see Cart Dude now trying to break that toe as we head down the back straight once again. Lap 4, heading to the 130R for the 4th time in this race. Look how close it is. I cannot stress that enough. It is very close. This is a championship battle. That's right, these drivers, the Mercedes, holding steady out front at the moment. It looks very good in a straight line, but I reckon that Porsche is pretty handy through the middle sector and the middle part of the lap. But now you can see Cart Dude streaking away. Just look at him. Cart Dude into lap 5 of this race. And we haven't seen any drivers make a pit stop. And I've got to say, it is going to be so important to get your strategy right. For this mandatory pit stop, of course. And I reckon Mighty Murph, he will be happy that he got that lap in qualifying, but he won't be happy because he's caught in this train at the moment and he can't seem to make any inroads, but he's slowly sneaking up there. And you can see Cart Dude first. There's our leader, Wilco, in second. And then it's Senna, so we might take a look at the drivers lower down the order. As Mighty Murph still in 5th there. Is he going to have a go at Big Dick Johnson? No. And then it's Jacko in 6th. Manafort in 7th. HSV in 8th. Jimbo in 9th. You can see them coming through your picture there, through the Degner curves. Bingerling, the race winner from last night, down in 10th. V8 Man. And Dane in 11th. Voodoo Child, the Nigerian Prince, is outside the points paying positions tonight, as Sparky says hopefully the French are on their game tonight. And I'm with you on that one, Big Sparky, as let's hope they are. They weren't for Voodoo last night, but Voodoo, it's not just about that battle at the front, of course. Voodoo in 12th, OGT further behind him, and then it's Kilroy in 14th. And Barters says it will be tough if it starts to, if we get light rain, as you can't tell it's raining in the car. So there you have it. Hopefully we get back to this lead battle. So Barters, you are absolutely spot on. Certainly from my experience on this game, it is very hard to tell if it's only light rain initially. And it's very hard to keep the car pointing in the right direction, of course, once it starts to rain. But lap 5 here at Suzuka. It is Cart Dude still leading. Jason Wilkinson second, and now Senna putting pressure on Wilco there in second. You can see it. He's right up behind him, and is he going to pull out and make a move? The lights are flashing, but nobody's home there, and he cannot get that move done. And it is very close at the moment. Big Dick Johnson, good race from him. And that is an extremely wide number 66 Bentley. And Mighty Murph, the little sweaty Kiwi, will be looking to get past this man if he's any chance to keep his championship alive. And like we said, we've gone through the possible championship outcomes, of course. So if Wilco finishes second in this race, Mighty Murph, this would not be enough. Mighty Murph would need to finish fourth or higher to keep the championship alive to the final round in Bathurst at Mount Panorama next week. Don't forget to join us for that. That'll be an absolute ripper. But look at this. First, second, third is Manafort off there. Manafort having a moment there at the Degner curves. As 16 sexy people watching this now, it's great to have your company. What else would you rather be doing? Oh, Big Dick Johnson looks to have a bit of a dodgy moment coming out of the hairpin, and now Mighty Murph's a chance heading towards the spoon to get past him here. I reckon he's going to get this one done, Mighty Murph, but Big Dick Johnson is sticking on the inside now. Let's hope they don't touch. All looking very nice and clean at the moment, and I reckon Big Dick Johnson's got him there, and he just needs to cover Murph off now coming out of the spoon. But Mighty Murph's got a great run here on the number 12, on the number 66, I beg your pardon, and heading towards 130R. And boy, you need balls of steel here to keep your foot in it through the 130R at full pace. We heard about Max Verstappen talking about that famous series of corners in Turkey. He was going to take it flat, but Big Dick Johnson maintains fourth place at the moment. So wonderful, clean, close racing. And Wilco is in the pits. Wilco and Senna are both in the pits. This is very, very early, Wilco. Would you care to elaborate your reasons for pitting on lap 7?
Yeah, just try and get out of the wake of Brody. I'm faster through the first sector, but he's just pulling on the straight, so I'm going to hope for a little bit of an undercut here, and hopefully I can build the gap. But Senna pitting as well sort of might have stuffed this strategy up a bit, but we'll see. Here we go.
We will wait and see what happens here, and I reckon it was becoming a bit of a train, wasn't it, Wilco? Jimbo also into the pits. We might head back to the front as my dog has picked the worst possible time to come up for a pat. But there you go, Zena, just relax, because this is championship night here for KRL Season 1 Tier 1, and what an incredible race we are seeing at the moment. But Can't Dude and Big Dick Johnson, Mighty Murph and Jacko, your top 4 at the moment, separated by hundredths of a second, tenths of a second I should say, here first, second, third and fourth. Matterford has dropped a little bit further back in 5th, HSV in 6th, My Bingaling up to 7th, but we can see there Wilco, Senna, and Senna has missed his pit box apparently, and I'm not sure what's going to happen there as we see him come back out onto the track now. As Senna back out, he's in 13th. Wilco has got out a fair way ahead of him. Let's get that camera. So Wilco,
yeah, he
Senna?
lost a lot of time.
So
lost a lot of time, missed his pit box. I heard him reverse up, so that would have cost him about 5 or 6 seconds.
Ooh, so there we have it, 1 minute 34 damage after hitting the pit wall. Jimbo, thank you for that update. Where has Jimbo come out? He is in 14th. He's currently getting some damage fixed after you, as you can see on your screen, he hit the pit wall there. So Mighty Murph and Big Dick Johnson and Can't Dude's coming in. So Can't Dude has gone. He's gone 1 lap longer than both Wilco and Senna. And now the Taswegian is into the pits now. And let's see, this is interesting, Wilco, this strategy that we're seeing different strategies here. So Wilco and Senna coming in on lap 7, Can't Dude coming in 1 lap later. And so that leaves Big Dick Johnson out in front, Mighty Murph. 0.4 of a second, so Mighty Murph up to 2nd, of course, but the first 10 are yet to stop. First 9, I should say. Can't Dude is in the pits, of course, now, but Mighty Murph needs to keep it all together and just keep his composure, because like we said, if Wilco wins, it's going to be very hard for Murph, but he needs to finish 2nd, of course, for that gap to be 25 points. And you can see 2nd, he's got to finish 4th and so on. But Big Dick Johnson inherits the lead of this race ahead of Mighty Murph with 27 minutes remaining. Lap 8 of however many laps we can get in the final 27 minutes. Kid Byers, your commentator, alongside me is Jason Wilkinson, who is reporting live when he can trackside here at the Suzuka circuit. What a place, like we've said before, the scene of many championship deciders in the history of motorsports, and this could be another one of them. But at the moment, Mighty Murph in 2nd, And the big question is going to be, do you stay out? Do you try for the undercut like Wilco and Senna and Car Dude, or do you try and go over for the overcut like Big Dick Johnson, Murph and Jacko? So it's all about pit stop strategy and who will come out. And let's see whether Big Dick Johnson, Mighty Murph, the man on your screen as they come through the 130R again. Will Murph, Jacko or Big Dick Johnson, will either one of them be pitting? Will we see our top three come in all together or separately? Let's have a look, and Murph's had a moment there. Murph, the back end of that car getting out there, but Murph has managed to get it down. Oh, he nearly hits the pit wall. So pressure on Murph now as we see Jacko staying out, Big Dick Johnson staying out as well, Manafort up to fourth, HSV. And as Sparky says, Senna must have the Frenchies tonight. And sacre bleu, that's what they'll be saying, because he missed his pit box as HSV's missed his braking point into turn one. And that lets Bingerling through up into fourth position ahead of him now. V8 man, these guys are yet to make their pit stop as Murph. Let's take a look at where Murph is as Voodoo comes in as well down there in eighth. But Murph's still in the pits and Wilco is right behind Cart Dude now. This is how close it is. Cart Dude effectively leading this race, of course. And Wilco right up behind him, but Cart Dude still has the pace. And where is Murph? Murph's still in the pit lane now. As you can see, Cart Dude and Wilco coming out onto the track. This is very intense, Voodoo, so far. You are spot on. And Murph's coming out, but Cart Dude and Wilco, they're almost together now. Where is Murph going to feed into this? He comes out. And is he in third place? Oh, we've lost someone off the end there. We've lost a driver, but anyway, Mighty Murph comes out of the pits and he's a few seconds behind Cart Dude and Wilco. And that battle continues. This is critical for not only this race, but for the championship as well. And I've got to say, it's very intense. Look how close it is. First, second. Well, no, I'm about to say first and second. Eighth and ninth, of course, at the moment, but effectively first and second. Mighty Murph. The timing screen's yet to update, but there is Mighty Murph after his stop. And let's see what Big Dick Johnson and El Majaka are doing. Our Tier 2 champion, of course, they're on your screen. Will he be coming in to the pits this lap? No. So Big Dick Johnson, lap 9 of this race into lap number 10. Big Dick Johnson and Jacko are staying out. As Manafort now comes in as well. Bingerling keeps going. And HSV into the pits, and V8 man keeps going. So this is very, very interesting, Wilco, as we see Cart Dude then and Wilco heading down to the spoon again. And look at this, 23 intense minutes, 23 sweaty minutes remaining. But at the moment, it's Cart Dude versus Wilco, Tasmania versus Victoria. And it is Mercedes versus Porsche, if you don't mind. Sorry, I've got to stop because I've got a bug in my throat. But Cart Dude there, almost has a moment coming out of the 130R and into the chicane. And that is going to keep Wilco very interested. As Big Shep says, Lou Richards would say, Trev right up there's ring-a-ding-ding. I can't do the Lou Richards voice, of course, but Lou Richards, wing-a-ding-ding. And look at that, Cart Dude and Wilco first and second pretty much. I don't know why I keep saying that, because they are not first and second, but you know what I'm trying to say. They're a net first and second, because Big Dick Johnson, Jacko, Binger and V8 man are yet to make their stops. And Mighty Murph, he might have had a bit of a moment there through turn one, unless I'm very much mistaken. I am very much mistaken, because Mighty Murph, then it looked all nice and clean there, but he's in fresh air, and he'll be keeping up then onto the back of this battle. And you can see there half the race gone and half still to go. And Sparky says, keep that border closed, Cart Dude. Do not open the border up, because we might jump across it from Victoria, grab that PS5 and head back home again. And fingers crossed we get in and get home safely. But look at this now. When is Big Dick Johnson going to pit? That is the question. And he's staying out, and so is Jacko. So I've got to say, the pace that
they're going for fresh tyres at the end.
They're going for those fresh tyres at the end, Wilco. But I've got to say, will that piece of strategy work as Nobby Nuts is into the pits? Let's take a look at let's have a look at what's going on down the order. OGT still in 10th. So you'll be happy, Sparky. Your man going to get a point tonight if he manages to stay there. But Voodoo just behind him. And you can see then battles all through the field at the moment. This is for position between OGT, Voodoo and Kilroy. And some of the big names from Tier 2 as Barters saying, could Big Dick Johnson be looking for rain? Interesting tactic there, Barters. Because we heard that there was no rain in the first 15 minutes of this race. And, well, we're more than 15 minutes in now, aren't we? And those clouds are gathering, but I don't know whether we're going to get any rain at all. As Sparky says, up 3 places there. And I think he's referring to his man OGT, who was down the order a little bit earlier on this evening. But let's have a look.
Oh, fuck's sake. Brody just took me out.
And, oh, Cart Dude into the lead. I mean, Murph into the lead. Amazing. Wow, we've missed this, but Murph takes the lead. He was sitting back, biding his time. And I didn't see what happened there, but focus on the job at hand, Wilco. We'll get to that later. But Cart Dude and Wilco have made contact. And at turn 1, we missed that. We were talking about OGT at the time. But with 20 minutes remaining in this race, boy, this has shaken things up. Because Mighty Murph now leads this race and he's back in with a shot of championship glory. If it finished like this, the gap would be 11 points heading into Bathurst next week. And we saw what happened last week to Wilco. He had awful luck, of course. He made a mistake and lost the lead and the win at Kyalami. And now here at Suzuka, it has been an incident between Cart Dude and Wilco that has seen
Yeah, he got a...
Yep. Team radio.
Actually, I'll explain it going up to 130R, but he got a moment coming out of the spoon, so I got side by side, but obviously he had the straight line speed, so he got back in front.
There we have it.
And then, yeah, I went for an outside move at the chicane, got it done, and then he had the slipstream down the front straight. And we're going side by side, and I sort of half blocked him and then let him sort of go, and then tried to hold around the outside, and yeah, it just turned me, so...
Well, this has shaken things up. It is Mighty Murph now, and let's have a look. Big Dick Johnson, who's out in the lead, V8 man. Jacko into the pits now. So Jacko was who could have been waiting for the rain, as Barters mentioned a little bit earlier, but he is into the pits now and out again.
No rain for this race.
And there is no breaking news. There is no rain for the rest of this race. But where will Jacko come out? He's out, and he's going to feed right into this. Oh, Jacko! Well, shades of, who could forget, I think it was David Coulthard come out of the pits in front of Eddie Irvine in 99 here in the Formula 1. And that was the end of Irvine's chances for the championship. But Mighty Murph leads and Jacko has come out in second. But Wilco, he's up to temperature. The tyres are up to speed. And Jacko on fresh tyres, of course. He's going to be a very, very difficult man to pass. Because boy, oh boy, Murph leads this race effectively. Big Dick, I shouldn't keep saying that. Big Dick Johnson is in the lead, in fact. But my goodness, let's have a look. Let's see if he comes into the pits. Yep, here comes Big Dick Johnson. V8 man is coming up to the 130R at the moment. You can see Jimbo in the background, but Big Dick Johnson into the pits. Absolute drama here in Japan, because after leading this race, the battle for the lead is now the battle between Cart Dude and Wilco. They made contact at turn 1. I'm sure we'll hear more about that post-race, depending on where these guys finish. But 18 people watching the stream at the moment. And if you're just joining us, a big hello to everybody out there. V8 man continues on his merry way, but it's this man who leads this race here tonight, Mighty Murph. The championship gap is 18 points at the moment. Big Shep says, what? No moisture? Utter shit. I think that's what he's saying there. And Big Shep's had a few frothies, but he wants his man, Jason Wilkinson, to win this race and the championship tonight. But Mighty Murph is doing everything he can with this one here tonight. 17 minutes to go, 13 laps gone in this race. Will the championship go down to the final round at Mount Panorama? But let's have a look at Jacko here. He's under all sorts of pressure from Wilco at the moment, and Cardude's just behind him as there's traffic. Big Dick Johnson's come out. Big Dick Johnson in second. Wow. Unbelievable. Big Dick Johnson the overcut has worked for both Jacko and Big Dick Johnson here. We saw Wilco come in on lap 7 and he came in early. Wilco and Senna coming in early, of course. Senna has left the building. I think he's not on our timing screens. And 19 gorgeous people watching. Unbelievable stuff, but it is Big Dick Johnson coming out in second place. And Murph, what's happened there? Murph now, still no, I beg your pardon. Something happened on our timing screens, but Murph leads this race. Big Dick Johnson in second, Jacko in third. So if it finished now, it would be 5 points going into next week. But Wilco is going to have a bit to say about that. But let us know in the comments what you're thinking, where you're watching from. 15 minutes remaining, and it is Jason Wilkinson in 4th place. Cardude in 5th effectively, as V8 Man still on his merry way out the front. He is in the pits now, so V8 Man running longer. It'll be interesting to see. He was outside the top 10 earlier in this race, but Mighty Murph out in front, and then Big Dick Johnson 2 seconds further back. Jacko in 3rd. Amazing bit of pit stop strategy there from the Bentley and Porsche team on the pit wall, because they have got their people out in 2nd and 3rd by running longer before the one and only mandatory pit stop. They have come out ahead of Jason Wilkinson and Cardude. Amazing stuff with less than 15 minutes now remaining in this race. If it finishes now, the championship is well and truly alive, because Mighty Murph is exactly where he needs to be as V8 Man going down the order. He may get out ahead. No, he won't get out of Bingaling, Matterford or HSV. Further down the order, HSV, OGT, they're coming out of the final corner. So if V8 Man can get out, he may get out ahead of OGT or Voodoo, as we see those two coming on to the main straight. But this is the battle now between Big Dick Johnson, Jacko, Wilco and Cardude. The top 5 separated by only a few seconds, if you don't mind, as we count down now to the end of this race. And boy, oh boy, Big Dick Johnson, Jacko and Mighty Murph going to be very difficult to pass for Cardude and Wilco. Look at that 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th all together there. And this is going to be a grandstand finish to this race here tonight. And, well, we were talking about what could happen if Wilco wins and where Murph needed to finish. But, well, it's been reversed at the moment, it has to be said, because now we're talking about where Wilco needs to finish to keep things going. No matter what happens then, it will be alive for Bathurst then. But anything can happen in the last 13 minutes of this one. Angeline Jackson says, good going, Elmer Jacko. Hello to you, Angelina Jolie, tonight. Thank you for joining us as I've hit my microphone off. But this is incredible. 18 people watching. Don't forget, Angeline, to subscribe to this channel. Click that subscribe button. You know you want to see plenty more of this action in the coming weeks. Penultimate round, Cardude runs wide at the 130R, heading into the final chicane now. And let's have a look. We're still riding on board with Big Dick Johnson, but they're bunched up behind Jacko. And Jacko holding on to that final podium position now, but Wilco is dropping. He's dropped back a couple of tenths, and now Cardude right up behind him as well. There we have it, Cardude. Ooh, Wilco looking to cover him off there. Sparky, that's the end of Jacko's commentating career if he beats Wilco. Thank you for that, Sparky. Jacko, of course, joining us last night for Tier 2. And, of course, Sparky, our beloved regular, watching both Tier 2 and Tier 1. But our Tier 2 champion, he was given the boot from Tier 2. That's why he was joining us in the commentary box. Last night, of course, Wednesday night for the Tier 2 race. He's won the Tier 2 championship and he's doing very nicely here in Tier 1 as well. He's got the pace And can he make any inroads to Big Dick Johnson? And indeed, this man, Mighty Murph, who is still leading this race. And let's have a look. What do you get? 12 points, I think, for fourth, 25 for the win. So that's 13, 18. So that'd leave 5 points, just 5 points between the two of them, heading into the final round of the season. Amazing stuff. It's not over yet by any stretch of the imagination, but as we come down to the 10-minute mark, we have 19 people now on the stream. You can see the number up in the top of your screen, and it is going to be an incredible finish to this one. 15 laps gone here. Round 9 of this championship, the penultimate round. It could be the championship decider, but if it finished at the moment, it would be going down to the final round in Japan. In Australia, of course, at Bathurst, the famous Mount Panorama circuit. We're in Japan right now with 11 minutes to go in this one. And boy, oh boy, what a race we have seen. What a masterful piece of strategy from Big Dick Johnson and Jacko. By staying out, they managed to keep the pace going and get in front of both Wilco and Can't Do. But it is so close. It's like an evenly poised game of chess. Don't really know how to play chess, but I'm sure there is strategy and tactics involved here. And what can Can't do as well? We saw Wilco and Can't Do. They made contact. We saw the end of it at turn 1. We heard the "oh" from Wilco, which was precisely the moment we knew something was wrong. But we didn't see it. But we will wait and hear from the drivers, these two. If they do finish in the top 3, I'm sure we'll hear what happened there. But lap 16 now. Mighty Murph somewhat checking out at the front now. And you can see things starting to settle down. And Big Jim Bob, don't forget to like James Barton Motorsports on Facebook. He says, I'm done. Ruined my night by hitting the pit wall in a spin. And Jimbo down, 2 laps down in 13th, says, I'm done for the night. So that is a shame, Jimbo. But best of luck next time, my friend, as we are ticking down now. And what is going to happen? You can see Murph leads, Big Dick Johnson second, but look at this battle. It is Jacko as we wait for the camera to update, but it is Jacko. Zoom, zoom. Jacko, Wilco, and Can't Do. And I've got to say, oh boy, if Can't Do can make a move here on Wilco, and Wilco can't do anything about Jacko, then we could be in for a very close championship decider come Bathurst next week. But Wilco's not going to let that happen. He's getting very close to that man Jacko heading into the 130R. All side by side, and Wilco has a go down the
doing? Seriously,
goes down the outside, and it hasn't worked. And what is going on there? Wilco
just smashed me off.
Is basically has gone off the circuit. Didn't look like well, I don't want to speculate, but I've got to say it didn't look exactly. It was, if it was a car's width, Wilco, it wasn't much more than that. But Wilco then is in third, so I'm not sure what is going on here at the moment. Do you have to slow down, Wilco, or are you just going to keep going?
Fuck that, no. You can't just fucking push someone off the track and then say, oh yeah, keep going. Like, fuck that, no.
So
they're all,
we'll discuss this after,
yeah.
Wilco. Keep your head down. We'll talk about it later. And Wilco there in third now. Boy, oh boy, I just had a bit of a... and Sparky saying readdress Wilco. Don't say anything, Wilco. Just keep your head down and focus. But Can't Do then fourth. Jacko fifth. They made contact, Wilco and Can't Do, a little bit earlier on in the race. But then we saw them coming into that final chicane there, that famous chicane where we saw Senna and Prost all those years ago make contact, and it was a similar looking incident between Jacko and Wilco there, and it looked like Jacko not giving too much space heading into that corner. Wilco
he turned left in a braking zone. That's pretty much what it is.
And
I was on the outside, nice and clean on the outside, and you turn into the corner right, and he turned left. So whatever.
There we have it, but Shep saying, don't lose concentration, Wilco, son. Concentrate, Wilco. Wax on, wax off. Thank you for that, Shep. And Big Grinner says, hey boys, hello to you, Grinner. Let us know, Grinner, where you're tuning in from, wherever you are, right around the world. 7 minutes remaining in this one, and the pace is still very spicy. And do not go anywhere, because it's those clouds are coming in as well. And Jimbo says that's learning from HSV, but likely I did not hit HSV. So a bit of action further back there. And HSV, what's he doing? He's just behind Matterford there in the battle for 7th. And Voodoo and OGT having their own little battle as well for that to those final points paying positions. But at the front, it is this man, Mighty Murph 51 in the livery, the orange and yellow livery, which he was running for Grandma last week. And she'll be watching her boy, that's for sure. Leading this race, Big Dick Johnson 2 seconds further back, and now Wilco, he's in third after that contact with Jacko, but he's in third, 4 seconds behind Big Dick Johnson, so only 5 minutes, 6 minutes remaining in this race. And let us know who your driver of the day is. But Cart Dude is making a move on Jacko now. They're side by side. Look at this. Through the first of the 2 Degner curves, that is not really a place where you want to be going side by side with any degree of confidence. And Jacko now, 4th for Cart Dude, 5th for Jacko coming through the hairpin. And this is going to be a controversial finish here. We've seen contact, first of all, between Cart Dude and Wilco, and then Jacko and Wilco heading into that final corner, and then the first corner as well. But 5 minutes and 20-something seconds remaining. It's going to go down to the final race in Bathurst at Mount Panorama, and who knows what could happen there. Zoom! There goes Mighty Murph, and the gap, if it stays as it is at the moment, the gap will be, what will it be, 8 points, I think, at the end of this one. I think 15 points for third. Of course, if you're new to this championship, we're running the F1 style point system. Those clouds are getting very, very dark there, but with less than 5 minutes to go, I don't think that will be an issue. But Sparky says, great pass, dude. Great pass, man. And referring to Cart Dude on Jacko there. Cart Dude up to 4th, then Jacko, disappointing for him, down to 5th. As we take a look at my Bingerling there in 6th, Matterford in 7th. And HSV now a second further back from him as they come through the last couple of corners. OGT and Voodoo. This battle continues for P9 at the moment. Not a bad race for Voodoo. Just as I say that, commentator's curse, he almost bins it at 130R. But the number 28 Ferrari versus the number 1 Ferrari there. And Voodoo and OGT having a great battle there. V8 man is off the track now, and is he going to, yes, he's going to come back on, and that gives Kilroy a chance to go up into 11th. Nobby Nuts still out on track, but he is a lap down, and Jimbo is in the pits. But have a look at this. Lap number 19 in this race, and the gap is closing now. Big Dick Johnson just 1.8 seconds behind Murph for the lead. So that is very, very, that's getting close, isn't it? He's taken about a second or so out of the Kiwi there, but Wilco still 6.1 seconds further back. And the battle continues to rage between Jacko and Cart Dude. They're so close with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in this race. Lap number 19. As we head once again down to the spoon. What a race this has been. And there we have it. Bjorn Borg Undy says, why aren't Chinese good at cricket? Because they ate all the bats. Thank you for that joke. And Jacko gets through on Cart Dude. They touch. Coming out of the spoon curve and onto the back straight. Cart Dude is not going to take this one lying down. And Jacko side by side through the 130R. Balls of steel. Big balls. Yes, you certainly need big balls through here. And Jacko with big balls keeping his foot to the floor there alongside Cart Dude. Are we going to see the same result? And it's going to be the last of the late break as he manages to get it slowed down. But Jacko now back down to 5th. Cart Dude up to 4th. Lap 20 of this race. And there can't be any more than 1 or 2 laps left, I reckon. But Cart Dude, you can see...
2 laps to go.
2 laps to go. Thank you, Wilco. You saw it there. Wilco in 3rd. Cart Dude in 4th. Big Dick Johnson and Australia are 2 for 222. Thank you, Bjorn, for that. Marvellous effort, that. Richie Benno, my voice is pretty much fucked, I reckon, Bjorn. but absolutely magnificent. A bit of a flat pitch, that one, 2 for 222. But Marty Murph getting back to the Kiwi out front. He'll be pretty impressed with this drive here tonight. And Mighty Murph doing absolutely everything he needs to keep that championship hope alive. And it's going to be 8 points, which could have some other possible outcomes, of course, next week. But anything can happen. And something wrong with that joke. Thank you, Big Shep, from Scoresby down there in Victoria. But your man Nibbles in P3 at the moment. But I reckon this battle between Jacko and Cart Dude Wilco might get you into third. I reckon those two squabbling down there behind you at the moment. That battle continues. But you heard it from Wilco. 2 laps to go. And I don't think the end can come quick enough because those clouds are starting to gather. But if it stays the way it is, we will be heading to the finale next week. But Jacko and Cart Dude, the battle continues to rage here. And Cart Dude now, the darkness descending on Suzuka. But they're still lighting up this track at the moment. Cart Dude and Jacko heading towards the 130R on the penultimate lap of this race. And you can see there the battle for fourth. This could also be important for Cart Dude. But I reckon this could be the end for Cart Dude tonight in the championship, possibly. But we'll wait and see what happens with the points, of course. But Jacko, oh, that looked like a bit of a cheeky corner cut to me. And he's managed to lose the rear end of that one. And final lap. And look at this. It is not over yet because Big Dick Johnson is just 1.3 seconds behind Mighty Murph. Wowee, unbelievable. Big Brian Taylor, wowee. And Mighty Murph in the lead, but only by just over a second ahead of Big Dick Johnson. Time is up. This will be the last lap of this race. Thank God for that, because I've nearly lost my voice here, but unbelievable race here tonight. And thank you to everybody who is watching, wherever you're watching from. It's a pleasure to bring this race to you here. Tier 1, round 9, penultimate round of the season. Murph, wow, he nearly had a moment there, and he's slow out of the Degner curves, and Big Dick Johnson right up in his grill there, right up behind him. He's going to be keeping Murph honest right until the end of this race through the hairpin for the final time. Big Dick Johnson, look at that, 1.1 seconds behind him now, so Murph just needs to keep it all together, and it's not over yet because something's happened. Cart Dude's around. Jacko, I think they may have made contact, but Cart Dude then back onto the circuit, and he'll be under pressure from My Bingaling, but Mighty Murph out of the spoon for the final time. Still, that gap just over a second back to Big Dick Johnson, but Mighty Murph, he came here tonight 18 points behind in the championship race, and he's going to get 10 points on Wilco tonight. 25 for the win. Wilco sitting on 15 points, but through the final chicane, and Big Dick Johnson's very close, but I reckon Mighty Murph's got this one out of the final corner, and Mighty Murph will take victory here tonight. It's the Kiwi winning at Suzuka to keep his championship hopes well and truly alive. Heading into the final round at Bathurst, Big Dick Johnson in second. Wilco finishes in third as the sun sets on this race, but it's certainly not setting on the championship tonight. Jacko takes fourth, I beg your pardon. Cart Dude in fifth, and then it's Binger in sixth. As we keep going down the order, Matterford crosses the line. Good race from him in seventh. HSV couldn't quite get past Matterford, but a good little battle there. And OGT and Voodoo as the fireworks go off here in Japan. OGT and Voodoo then, they've been battling for the last 45 minutes. They come across the line. OGT's got him here, and he takes ninth ahead of Voodoo 10th. And then it's V8 Man a lap down. He's already completed the race. Nobby Nuts still running in 12th. And Kilroy and Jimbo are out of this one. But Mighty Murph taking the win. Big Dick Johnson in second after that strategy call to stay out longer before his first stop. Wilco in third. Wow, what a race here at Suzuka.
Brody at the hairpin.
And what happened there? We didn't quite see that.
I just watched the replay. Jacko tried to dive bomb at the hairpin and tagged Brody, so that sort of stuffed Brody up. But yeah, questionable driving tonight. It was a little bit annoying.
You're a bit quiet there on the mic, Wilco, but anyway.
Oh, hang on, is that better?
That's
I'm
better.
sweating
You're
bad.
into the yellow bit, so that's good for the sound levels. But well, we're just going to wait for our. Well, we've got one of our top three already in the party chat. My voice is absolutely fucked after that. But Jimbo says, "Watch Cart Dude. Great race, guys. Thank you for that, Sparky. Always a pleasure to bring this to you." But 1, 2, and 3, we've got Wilco already into the party. I think you may have to invite Murph.
Yeah, I've invited him.
Yep, awesome. So we'll just wait for our winner and our second place man to enter the party chat. But my goodness, Wilco, we might just get a quick comment from you, mate. What happened with those two incidents there a little bit earlier on? In fact, we might just hold that thought, Wilco, because we are going to go to our race winner. Mighty Murph, can you hear us, mate?
Yeah, guys.
Now, Mighty Murph, the pressure was on you there, mate. Big Dick Johnson kept you honest right up until the end. But talk us through your race, mate. You inherited the lead there in a way. You were just sitting back off of Cart Dude and Wilco, but you got into the lead, mate. You kept it. And I've got to say, mate, first of all, talk us through that race, the pressure you were under. And second of all, mate, what are your thoughts about the championship going down to the wire next week?
Yeah, that honestly, that all started with qualifying. Qualifying was horrendous. It was literally the last lap with 2 minutes to go. It was just a conservative banker lap to make sure I wasn't last. Yeah, then the race, yeah, I don't know what happened. I just kind of did my own race and pitted. Wilco and Brody had it coming together, just inherited the lead. I was quite nervous about Jono though, especially early on. Some of his pace was incredible. Bentley OP. Yeah, that I don't think the last 20 minutes, I don't think there was a lap, or probably only two laps where there wasn't a tenth on either side of being a personal best or a tenth down. Like, I was so concentrated. But yeah, this was probably definitely another shock win, to be honest.
Well, Murph, congratulations, mate. We believe now that gap is 8 points heading into next week. But, mate,
Yep.
I forgot to mention about qualifying. You, well, I think you're the only driver that needed to set a lap, I think. And like you said, the pressure was on you, mate, but you got 6th on the grid, 3rd row start, and you managed to keep it together, mate, and take the win tonight. And congratulations, and we will see you next week for the grand finale in Bathurst.
Awesome. Cheers, guys.
Great stuff, Mighty Murph, all the way from across the Tasman there, joining us, our race winner tonight, keeping that championship alive, as we've mentioned, right throughout the evening. But Big Dick Johnson is in second. John, have you got us there? Nope.
Don't think he's not in the party.
No?
He has to go pick up his missus, so
Okay.
I'll let you translate that.
Oh, yeah, had a really good race. Yeah, I went longer and tried the overcut and managed to get it done. And yeah, it was a really good race. Yeah, awesome tonight, and just really happy, boys, with the P2. Yeah, got to pick up the missus. Thank you for that, Big Dick Johnson. And finishing in P2, Jacko says Murph for driver of the day. OGT, thank you, Sparky, as we head to Jason Wilkinson. Who finished P3 tonight. The win looked like it was on. You did get pole position, Wilco, but talk us through that race and more importantly those two incidents as well.
Yeah, so Brody had some insane straight line speed, so he was always going to pass me. And then I'm like, oh, that's great. I'll sit behind him. And then I started catching him through the first sector and the second sector. I'm like, fuck, maybe I'm actually quicker than I think. So I'm like, all right, let's fucking go for it. Go for an undercut, he'd come out just in front of me. I'm like, oh, and I could have tried to sneak it around the outside. I'm like, no, I'll be safe. And then, yeah, a couple laps went past. We come out in front of Senna's race stuffed up. I don't think he finished, but then, yeah, Murph come out about 5 or 6 seconds behind. But like, okay, cool. And then Brody had a big moment come out of the spoon, so I got past him. Like, we sort of just got past him, and then obviously he just dragged like straight past me going to 130R. So I was behind him through that. He then had a little moment through 130R again, so then I was on the outside of the chicane. I've tried to go around the outside, so we were both fucking racing hard. That was all good. And then we're going down into the front straight again. He's like, I was in front at this stage, and he was slipstreaming. I sort of moved, like half moved into the middle of the track to sort of say, you're not going there. he went there, I went back to the left, went around the outside, and then just got turned. So I think he must have just maybe hit the inside curb or just understeered straight into me, and yeah, had a big drift, and tyres have got to like 29 psi. Even I was hammering trying to get back in front of Alan, and then yeah, going into the a few laps later, Jacko was come out in front of us, and I'm like, come on, surely you're not going to hold me up here, come on. And then he did. Then I'm like, fuck, so I started cooking the tyres, I dropped back, and then he made a mistake again through Spoon, and was on the outside again, and he just seriously just forced me straight off the track, and it was either I hit the wall, go on the grass, I was all out of control on the grass, slid back onto the track. I'm like, nah, fuck that, you can't just push cunts off the track, so said, fuck you, I'm going in front. And then he ended up turning around Brody anyway, so cop a penalty, whatever, who gives a shit. Fucking
Damn.
retard racing tonight, fuck
That's-
me. Fucking retards.
That's okay. Well, that's a lot to take in there. Thank you for that detailed description of your race, Wilco. So we'll wait and see.
We didn't ask for your life story.
Yeah, well, you got it there.
Well, it was a sunny day in spring, September the 19th, 1995 in Carrum. No, we won't go into the life story, but well, there we have it. Wilco third for now, and Murph, you've got another vote for driver of the day. So that's absolutely magnificent. Well, we are out of time. And, well, this means that we will get that championship finale that we're all hoping for, and that everyone out there at home was hoping for. But we're almost out of time. It's been an interesting race. We've seen great battles, a little bit of controversy, some incidents. It's had it all tonight. But it's been an absolute privilege to bring this race to you. It was Mighty Murph winning tonight and taking the maximum points with him next week. Big Dick Johnson in second. He's off picking up the misses. What a nice guy. And then Wilco in third there. And albeit could be controversial, wait and see what happens. I'm sure we'll see all of this in the chats and all the different things that we have before next week. But don't forget, next week, Tier 2 on Wednesday night. The championship's already been decided for Tier 2, of course, but Wednesday night from 8 p.m. Eastern Australian time for Tier 2 finale to the season, and then Tier 1, the big one, when the Tier 1 boys come out to play for Bathurst. Big Shep, thank you for joining us. Says bring on Bathurst. And better than the Jim Richards pack of arseholes interview. Yes, it was pretty much, I don't know where we had more expletives there. It was probably yours, Wilco. But thank you for that, Bjorn. Thank you to everybody for joining us tonight. We are out of time. Be kind to one another. Don't forget to social distance. Wear your masks. All that jazz. But we're out of time. It's been great to bring this to you. Be kind to one another, and we'll see you next time out. But it's bye for now.